Right now, there is a growing hole in the invisible shield that protects every living thing on Earth from the radiation of space. NASA knows about it. ESA knows about it. They have been monitoring it for years. It is called the South Atlantic Anomaly, and it is directly above Africa, and getting bigger every year. By the end of this video, you will understand what this shield is, why a hole in it is appearing above Africa, what it is already doing to satellites passing through it, and what scientists think might happen if it keeps growing. This is the Living Archive. Earth's magnetic field is produced deep inside the planet. Roughly 3,000 kilometers below the surface, a vast ocean of molten churning liquid iron fills the outer core. As this electrically conductive material moves, it generates electric currents. Those currents create the ever-changing electromagnetic field that surrounds Earth. That field is your shield. It deflects charged particles streaming from the sun. Particles that would otherwise strip away the atmosphere and bombard the surface with lethal radiation. Without it, Earth would look like Mars, dry, barren, dead. The field is not perfectly even across the planet. There are strong patches and weak patches. Most of the planet is well protected. But in one growing region, centered over the South Atlantic and increasingly shifting toward Africa, the shield is dramatically weaker than everywhere else. In this region, charged particles routinely travel closer to the surface of Earth than they do elsewhere. These particles get trapped and can hang around there for years, causing chaos. We call this region the South Atlantic Anomaly. If this is the kind of story you want every week, subscribe to the Living Archive. New episode every Tuesday. Now, what is this anomaly actually doing right now? Space agencies and private companies make sure to turn their satellites off if they are going to pass through the South Atlantic Anomaly. They take extra care not to schedule any spacewalks there either. Let that land for a moment. NASA turns satellites off when they pass through this zone, because the radiation is strong enough to fry their electronics even in orbit. If an energetic proton strikes sensitive electronics, it can cause a temporary issue like data loss or bit flip, or a permanent loss where the electronic component stops working entirely. And it is getting worse. New data from ESA's swarm satellites show that the South Atlantic Anomaly has grown by nearly half the size of continental Europe since 2014, half the size of Europe, in 11 years. Since 2020, an area of the Atlantic southwest of Africa has experienced even more rapid magnetic weakening. The anomaly is not just a single block. It is changing differently towards Africa than it is near South America. There is something special happening in this region. The cause is deep inside the planet and not fully understood. But scientists have a leading theory. The liquid metal in the outer core is moving due to convection. The same reason hot air rises. This convective motion becomes more and more turbulent and becomes mixed up by the force of Earth's rotation. This twisting movement of liquid metal creates a dynamo producing the magnetic field. But it is not perfectly even, and there is something about these processes in the core that creates the anomaly. One emerging theory connects this to something even more dramatic: a possible future reversal of Earth's magnetic poles. Some scientists think the reversal could be related to the anomaly because both feature an unusually low level of magnetic field strength. On average, the poles have changed direction 2 to 4 times per million years, but that is just an average. There have been times where it changed several times within a million years. A magnetic pole reversal does not happen overnight. It takes thousands of years. During that process, the magnetic shield weakens significantly across the entire planet, not just in one region. Whether the South Atlantic Anomaly is the beginning of that process, or just a temporary fluctuation in the outer core, is something scientists are actively debating right now. What is not debated is that it is real, it is growing, and it is being closely watched. Before the closing thought, if the Living Archive is showing you things you have never seen before, subscribe and turn on notifications. Every Tuesday, free. You will not miss a single one. The South Atlantic Anomaly was first identified in the 19th century. For over 150 years, scientists have been watching a patch of Earth's protective shield grow weaker. Today, satellites are being switched off as they pass through it. Today, it is expanding faster than at any point in recorded measurement. And today, its fastest growing edge is moving toward Africa, the continent where the earliest humans ever walked, where the oldest evidence of life on Earth has been found, where the magnetic shield is now weakest. The Earth is not a static rock we live on top of. It is a dynamic, churning, changing system, 3,000 kilometers deep, that we barely understand. And right now, something is happening in its core that is changing the invisible shield that makes our lives possible. We just do not know yet what it means. This has been the Living Archive. Next week, a forest that was buried underground for 300 million years and discovered completely intact. The trees are still standing, still in place, turned to stone, but still there. Subscribe. You will not want to miss that one. See you next Tuesday.